gotta start over. Okay. So again, we sent out this Excel spreadsheet. I've color coded it. Scores are in purple. The higher the score, the more intense of a color purple it is. Here, based on these scores, and all we did was just take the average weighted, or the weighted average to determine the scores. So we basically took, to find out St. Louis's score, we took their offense, what they normally score, weighted average. We took the average of this value times, or to the values that Arizona usually gives up, their defense, which is 20.69. And we did the same thing with Arizona. Because this score is higher, we color code this red. We picked this game correctly. And in fact, when I actually looked at Yahoo Sports, most people pick St. Louis. Silly people without their math. Again, we included some other things. This will be reviewed for you, BT. Is that we've included these columns here, and there's a video on showing you where to get this information. So we've got the total amount of games played. At this point, they've all played the same amount of games. They've all had one bye. Number of interceptions, total interceptions for the year. Forced fumbles. Sacks for the year. And again, this is the sacks the defense got and the offense received. Okay. And passes deflected. Again, we thought this was a very important metric. And actually, when I looked through these games today, sure enough, it's pretty important. We also predicted the turnovers per game for each team. And this is based on the amount of interceptions, the amount of forced fumbles divided by the total amount of games. Everybody see that? So we expected each team, St. Louis and Arizona, to get 2 turnovers. How many did each team get in the game? Go to the game. Where is the game? There it is. So I'm clicking on the final. Everybody at this page? Again, normally I would go science, but that's math, guys. Math. Yeah, science is math too, but that's pretty cool, man. We predicted how many turnovers. They got the same amount. It probably didn't affect them very much. Okay, what about sacks? Did we get that even close? Let's see. That was a thing. If you look at this pattern here, there wasn't much difference in turnover ratios, right? They're both about getting the same amount of turnovers, so it kind of cancels each other out. We start looking at sacks here. Arizona was predicted to get more sacks. Okay. Did they? No? Total were sacks. Yeah, they got one more, didn't they? It's crazy how that works out, didn't it? Okay, what about passes deflected? So that's where St. Louis was supposed to shine. Did that play a role? Let's take a look down here. Defense. Okay, Arizona got 1, 2, 3, 4. How many did St. Louis get? Held up, didn't it? It's amazing how numbers can do that, right? We took the history of what these teams did in those particular categories, and we averaged them through the entire year. We set them up against each other, and we were able to pretty much figure out, in a roundabout way, how many they were supposed to get. That's pretty awesome. Okay. But that's the thing, though, is that if we look here, what did both teams? So this is the category I want you to really pay attention to, this observed versus predicted. Right? Here was our predictions over here. Okay? This is what the actual score was. What happened? . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . As far as offensive and defense, what did these teams do? G Love, what do you think happened here? Okay. Well, compared to what we predicted and what the actual score was, roundabout, what do you think? I mean, we over guessed, didn't we? Right? So what does that mean? The offense underperformed or what? Both defenses have overperformed. Can we see evidence where maybe that might be true? We look here. Turnovers really didn't matter much. But it seems that this difference here, this 0.53, if we look here, one value was they were supposed to get, Arizona was supposed to get 2.7 sacks, and St. Louis was supposed to get 2. That seems to be a significant difference. Maybe this effect is what pushed this down, the score for St. Louis. Now we look at passes deflected. Maybe it's this value that kind of can be attributed to this. Does everybody see that? Based on that, which metric here has the most influence? Sacks, right? Maybe sacks are more important than passes deflected. And that could absolutely be the case. It does. Here, you're going to see some other things too. It's pretty cool. Okay, let's go to the next game. This I thought was awesome. Did you see in the email that I predicted the outcome of this game? I said Buffalo was would probably upset Green Bay. I don't know if I was that sure, but did everybody see that in the email? Yeah. They did. Even though we predicted, but here's why. Okay? But let's look at this pattern here. Here's Buffalo, here's Green Bay. It's almost identical to this one up here, just flipped. Look at the colors. Don't see the numbers anymore. See the colors. Does everybody see that pattern? Yeah. So in this instance, who won? Which pattern? This pattern right here won. Or, no, St. Louis, right? Which one of these two teams has that same pattern? Buffalo. Ah, maybe that's something we should keep in mind. So let's do that. I am going to select these two rows. Oh, don't select the border or you'll mess up. Let me undo. I love undo. Okay, let's select these rows here. Okay, let's make a new sheet. I'm going to get rid of this. Let me see. Let me delete this sheet. Okay. Clear the contents. Whatever. Okay. Let's put it right here. Put it on number 2. Well, actually, put it on 3. And then hit Control V. So this is, and let's hide this information. So I'm selecting all of this, hide. Okay. And in 11, maybe down, well, let's do it above it. So say when two teams have this pattern, team with more sacks wins. Everybody type that? All right, we got our first rule. We got our first pattern, basically. So this next week, if we see this same pattern where we're setting up the matches, maybe we pick the team with the most sacks, regardless of score. Everybody see that? Well, let's look at the Buffalo thing real quick. Let's go back to 15. Oh, let's call this, so we'll call this rules. Everybody see how to do that? If you double click on the tab, it'll light up blue and then you can edit it. Okay, go back to 15. And let's hide some of this stuff again. Well, actually, let's hide this stuff. Oh, okay. So, how do we do for Buffalo score? Were we over or under? Over? Yep, just a little bit. No, actually, we were under, weren't we? Yeah. So here's our observed predicted. We predicted 22 for Buffalo, and they got 21. So we were under just a little bit. So we were pretty close, which is kind of unlike that other game. But now look at Green Bay. We were way under. What happened? What do you think happened here? And that's a lot more points than -8. Where are those extra points coming from, do you think? Start looking in the purple for those two teams. The home, away, average weighted. Look in these columns here. And I think you'll find your answer. Yes. Yes, thank you, Con Man. That was perfect. Correct. Green Bay, and we're gonna see this week. Green Bay statistically, with the stars and everything, plays better at home than away. Do you think all teams are like that? No. Do you think there's some teams that actually played better away than home? Yeah, absolutely. Can you think of one team that might be like that? No, New England plays better at home. Maybe. They do. Don't tell me you're a Raiders fan, are you? Okay, good. I was going to have to kick you out of my class. All right. All right, well, actually, the team, and you're going to see this. This was one of the games we did not pick correctly. Dallas Cowboys play better away than they do at home, statistically. So, yeah, let's look at the Green Bay score. Let's look at this home and away column over here. Okay? Green Bay offense averages about 41 points at home. That's one of the highest scores in the NFL. That's even higher than New England. Where's Denver? Oh, there it is. Yeah, it's much higher than Denver. Now, here's how much they score away. 24. Okay? What would happen, and I just told you that this is statistically real. So in fact, we shouldn't probably, for this team, Green Bay, and I'm going to show you later on this week how we can determine which teams we're going to do this to, is we should, when they are away and home, we should use these two values instead of the average of both of those. Does everybody see that? So let's try that. Let's put in Green Bay's offense there. Yep, the 24. Put the 24 where the 33 is supposed to go. So copy it and then Control V. Now what's the score look like? Who's supposed to win now?